Trover Saves the Universe is created by the co-creator of Rick and Morty and published by Squanch Games, which is a throwback to the Rick and Morty character Squanchy, the alcoholic cat. And right off the bat, anyone who has seen or enjoys Rick and Morty will immediately recognize the humor. If you haven't seen Rick and Morty, they have very wacky characters and the jokes are pretty out there with creativity and originality. They're also extremely vulgar. We start off in a room watching a TV explaining us to move left and right and interact with objects. This serves as the tutorial. We open up our door and see this guy with 2 babies in each eye. And he explains that our stupid dogs fucked something up and now he wants us to control him with our controller from our chair because he's lazy. He also explains that we could collect these baby things throughout the game. Now I can't begin to explain how much I fucking hate this mechanic from the bottom of my heart. In order to move, you must control the purple guy, but also remain sitting in your chair the whole time until you click on one of these blue lights and warp to that point. And the whole time you're doing this, your camera is stuck on the guy with the chair. I really wish it wasn't like this. But we continue on and meet every alcoholic stepdad in the world, and he tells us that our dogs are in the giant's eyes and now he has superpowers or some shit. And I guess now he wants to fight and go to the drunk tank for the night, so we learn how to fight with our lightsabers. We meet the first real enemies in the game now too, 2 purple-looking peanuts, and they want to fight as well, so we take them on and win this battle. We step in a spaceship called the Telepod, and this is our main way of traveling and teleporting to new places. He tells us he wants us to teleport to his boss's office for some reason, but I'm like, fuck that, and I play basketball for about 15 minutes. After meeting the boss and him telling us what we need to do, we move on to the first real level of the game. This guy's name is Mr. Pop-Up, and he's very mad that his neighbor built his house in a zone that he's not allowed to without a permit, and my guy's telling him to fuck off because it's not our problem. And I can't help but agree with him. Now this guy's spitting all over me, and we obtain a chair upgrade that allows us to see over high objects by levitating a little bit upwards. We find a puzzle to open the door now, and my guy's telling me to just come down because this puzzle's dumb and we'll just break the door down. So that's exactly what we do. We meet Upgrade Tony, and he gives us an upgrade so we can double jump and glide. And in order to do that, for some reason, one of these eye babies have to eat another eye baby. And now it's a super eye baby or something. Yeah, this game's fucking weird. Just when I thought I was getting used to this stupid camera and movement mechanics, I try and fight some guys, and the perception of how far the guy is from me is way off because the camera and my hate for this mechanic is right back to the start. I fucking hate it. After climbing the mountain and defeating a whole bunch of enemies, we make it to our destination, Michael's house. We tell him that we're here to push his house off the cliff because he's not in the proper zone, so he naturally throws shit at us. If you're not into poop jokes, then this game is not for you. And with 3 easy flicks of the wrist, we knocked this asshole over the cliff. Also, I might add, there's a bunch of pregnant women in the house as well for some reason, but we got a job to do, so we just do what we gotta do. After an extremely long hallway, we meet the Teletubbies, and they let us know we are the only ones who can defeat the big guy with our dogs in his eyes. And that's pretty much the main story of the game. We must defeat this big guy because he wants to destroy the universe. The combat in this game is simple, and it doesn't need to be an in-depth RPG for this game to work perfectly. I don't want to spoil too much more of the game, but if this sounds like your type of humor, then you will not be disappointed. Every line of dialogue you encounter is hilarious and vulgar and has the same structure as Rick and Morty. I will say, however, it did take me until about the middle of the game to get fully used to the movement and the camera mechanics. I really don't understand the choice to make it that way, but I guess that's what they chose to do.